Hi, I'm Liv, and welcome to Leopard in the Wild, also known as the Leopard Lodge on location. If you're new here, this is a channel dedicated to creative projects in the home or on my vacation, because the aspiring YouTuber never sleeps. I'm so tired. Today I'm making my herby farro summer salad. I love the concept of the farro salad because you can kind of push and pull and add and mix different ingredients, make it however you want, and it's great because it can be kind of a standalone meal for lunchtime or a light dinner, or it can be a great side dish to whatever you're having. This new iteration that I've concocted is my new favorite, but before we get into that, step one, make a cocktail. The Summer Smash. The Smash is actually a technical term for a cocktail that dates back over 150 years. It's a cocktail that is comprised of a spirit, a sugar, and mint. It can also include a smashed fruit. The most common smash that you would have heard of is a mint julep. But here in the 21st century, here in the modern day era of 2021, we're gonna get a little bit crazy, and we are going to add citrus and swap out the mint for a different herb. I'm going to smash these nectarines. Start out by muddling some nectarines in your cocktail shaker. I'm going to use a clear glass for demonstration purposes. The beautiful thing about a smash is that it's kind of a choose your own adventure. So normally, if I were home and had access to my garden, I would be using bolting cilantro, aka flowering cilantro, aka green coriander. It's basically a really floral cilantro that is great in cocktails and salads. But since I am not home, I have basil, and basil is going to be also delicious in this, and is great if you were born with that gene that makes cilantro taste like soap. And if you were, my deepest apologies. Give your herbs and fruit a little muddle, and then start building your cocktail. 1.5 ounces of tequila, 3/4 ounces of lemon, 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. Sound familiar? Ice. If you've seen my fresh pasta and whiskey sour making video, you will probably recognize that proportional recipe. If you haven't, you should go watch it. But wait, stay here and finish this first. Don't forget to splash yourself with your cocktail because your cocktail shaker is broken because you're on vacation and it's somebody else's cocktail shaker. Fresh ice. And I like a splash of seltzer. Just the perfect summer cocktail. The main ingredient in this recipe is farro. Farro is an ancient whole wheat grain that I think has certainly been popularized by Italy, but actually finds its roots in the Fertile Crescent, aka Mesopotamia, aka modern day places like Iraq, Iran, Palestine, Jordan, that kind of area. Side note, there actually are 3 kinds of farro, but if we go into that, this episode is going to be like an hour long and we can't be here all day. So I'll link below an article that I read about farro if you want to learn more. Back to the stages of farro. We've got whole grain farro. We have semi-pearled farro. We have pearled farro. And basically this is a reference to how much the grain of wheat has been polished down from its original state. The whole grain farro is going to be the healthiest, most nutritious. It also is going to take the longest to cook, and as a warning, you do have to soak it overnight before you cook it. The pearled farro is the most polished version. It's going to be the least nutritious, and it will cook the fastest. Semi-pearled, as you can imagine, finds itself somewhere in the middle of that. Farro was not labeled, nor did it come with any cooking instructions, so we play a guessing game. Based on the Italian, that it is actually pearled farro, but in the English, it just said farro. Thanks, Italy. Measure out 1 cup of farro. Give it a rinse like you would for rice. Cover it with water and salt it like pasta. Please don't forget to salt it. Once at a boil, set a timer for 15 minutes and then check in on your farro every 5 minutes or so to make sure that it's not getting overcooked, because often, in my experience, package instructions are wrong and nobody wants soggy farro. When it's done, strain it and let it cool. This is something you can do a day ahead, and that, of course, brings us to now. Cooked and cooled farro. The rest of our ingredients will include a quarter of a red onion, very large, nectarine apparently. We've got some basil, we've got parsley, we've got mint, we've got cilantro, the more the merrier here, and we have feta. Honestly, this recipe is totally great without cheese, but you know I love cheese. Slice roughly a quarter of an onion into little quarter moon shapes and give it a little ice bath while you prepare the rest of your ingredients. I cannot stress how important it is to ice your onions. I was at a restaurant today for lunch and I ordered a salad and there was red onion in there and it was so sharp and bitter that I had to pick it all out. This is the answer, friends. Next, make your dressing. You're gonna want a lot of dressing for this recipe, and the reason is because half of it is dressing for the salad and the other half is kind of a marinade for the farro to sit in and soak up flavor. The dressing. Quarter cup of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Quarter cup of olive oil. 1 tablespoon miso mayo, or if you can't get miso mayo, equal parts regular mayo and miso should do the trick. 1 teaspoon of champagne vinegar, or if you don't have champagne vinegar on hand, like me, apple cider vinegar. 1 teaspoon of maple syrup, grated raw garlic to taste, but go slowly, taste in between, and don't get overpowered by that intense garlic flavor. I always recommend tasting your dressing as you go to make sure that you like how the flavors are coming together. Shake or whisk your ingredients as needed. And that brings us to here. Start off by picking your herbs of any thick stems. Pull your herbs into a roll and then thinly slice. If you're new to chopping herbs, do little bunches at a time. Pull any large chunks that didn't get sliced back into the roll, and then give them a rough chop. Immediately toss your herbs and farro with half of the dressing. Don't forget to give it a whisk if it's been a few minutes. The fat from the dressing will coat the herbs and keep them from oxidizing and turning brown. This is also an excellent time to add some salt and pepper. All of this will act as a marinade for the farro. Started out by putting some long slices in the nectarine, and then I'm going to go around it the other way. The goal is to have kind of cube-shaped stone fruit. This is kind of what you're going for. Pieces like this, you want to take those down a bit. Add your nectarines to the farro, along with your red onion and your feta, and go ahead and toss that in. This is cool to hang out for a couple of hours. I wouldn't let it go overnight because the herbs are going to turn brown. When you're ready to serve, go ahead and toss this with some leafy greens, arugula, frise, mesclun mix, watercress. All of these will be delicious. Add the rest of your salad dressing, salt and pepper to taste, and anything else you want to, like Aleppo chili or edible flowers. Thanks for joining me here in the great outdoors. I hope you enjoyed this little interlude. And with that, I'm gonna get back to trying to have some semblance of a vacation. Please subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.
I'm sure it's delicious.
You can't have any.
Come on, man. It looks really good.
Done for you. This is dinner, so I made dinner and I'm eating it. So, good luck.
Okay. I guess I'll eat cheese on toast then.
That's all.